Life of a working college student. After waking up and preparing myself for the day, I go ahead and get on the train. Now, on my normal Thursdays, I usually go to my 2 classes, and then shortly after that, I make my way to work. When I get to work, I check my task list, and today I had to shelve books and do my normal tasks, which is help patrons. After I'm done doing my work, I go home and work on my schoolwork. Here I am working on my final essay for my world history class, and to be honest, I started this pretty late, and it was a scramble to try and get as much as I can get done by next week. There was a lot of procrastination going on. I finished adding the smaller details that I needed to add it, and I was done for the day. My original plan was to record for my days on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, but that did not go as planned due to having so much to do for my other classes and trying to make sure that I stay on top of that. And it got really stressful because I had a lot of stuff due the next week after that. So I just tried to start over again. So this is me on another Thursday. I'm at school trying to finish adding more details to my history essay, and I began to do something else on my iPad. I started getting distracted. Then I realized I need to turn all my stuff off and start getting ready to go, because then it was time for me to go to work. I made it to work that Thursday, but never got the chance to record anything because I got so busy. But here's me on a Friday. I was reading my shelves, and that requires me to sit there and make sure that everything in this section is in alphabetical order. When I got home from work, I decided to start working on another assignment that would be due next month. And I wanted to be able to make sure that I had a good foundation to be able to work on it eventually when I get enough time to do it. Now, before I get into my last day of work for the week, I want to talk about some information that was published by the International Journal of Business Administration. In this article, the authors Muzi Tesma, Catherine Reddy, and Margie Astani expresses how, although a part-time job can be helpful for not only the students but also the parents, helping with things like financial burdens, better chances of being employed after college, and new skill sets being learned. Students that work more than 11 hours a week, their GPA starts to decline as the number of hours they work increase. This is one of the many aspects that are often overlooked throughout the life of a college student in the United States. In some cases, if students don't work, they are not able to get the education that they desire. But if they do work, there is a great chance that, depending on how much they work, that their GPA is not matched to their standards or wherever they want to work at standards. Now it's my Saturday at work. I tried to read over some resources that was given to me by one of my professors so I can be able to have the right information for a roundtable discussion that we had going on. But a patron asked for help, so of course I had to get up and go ahead and help him. After that, my boss asked me to put up this tree that was meant for people to put down some poems on these tiny leaves, since it is Poetry Month. Once I finished putting up this tree, I went to go ask for my boss's approval, and once she gave me the green light, I stapled the tree to the wall, and then she sent me upstairs into the attic to go get some lights for our little event that we had It was an open mic and the theme was poetry. Today wasn't a really good day for me. I woke up with a really bad migraine. The lights was hurting my eyes, and it was due to the night before. I was getting a little bit stressed about how much stuff I had to do. I have my upcoming roundtable that I was talking about, and I still haven't gotten in touch with my group members about it. I grabbed those lights, I brought them back downstairs, and I brought it to our all-purpose room where we were having our open mic. She then asked me to go back upstairs again to go grab this speaker. And once I grabbed this speaker, I went back down to the all-purpose room and started putting lights together and setting them up how she wanted them. I finished setting up these lights, and I started helping my boss set up the chairs, and this is how it went. That's my boss right there, giving a little introduction on the whole entire thing.
If you got a cell phone on you, an iPad, go ahead and silence those or put it on vibrate. If you got
After I got off of work at 4, I made it back home, and I originally was going to go home and work on this video and other assignments that were due, but that did not go as planned. My body was not allowing me to stay up and do any of that, so I took a nap, and then once I woke from my nap, I started working on a little animation that was for this video, and you've seen it in the beginning, and also throughout the video. I added a few little animations to it,